today I'm pleased to be joined by Jacob Ballou, the founder of ReadyRaider. How are you, Jacob?
Good, good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm fine, yes. First and foremost, Jacob, what is ReadyRaider?
So ReadyRaider provides powerful and in-depth video game companions, databases, access to cryptocurrency-driven esports leagues and tournaments. We currently support World of Warcraft and Escape from Tarkov, and we're about to release game companions for 3 more games and build off our dedicated esports leagues as well.
Okay, wow, so that's a lot. We're going to dig into that. But why did you start ReadyRaider?
So ReadyRaider was originally started as a simple replacement for, I play World of Warcraft, so we needed a replacement for our event tracking and loot reception worksheets. In World of Warcraft, there are what you would call dungeons where players go in as a team, and when you defeat bosses, it'll drop certain items for your character. And before, we used Google Docs and spreadsheets to keep track of everything. And at times, this was troublesome, especially with so many players and the mass amounts of information that we would enter. So I took some of my prior development knowledge and my know-how I've accrued over the years and put it to work streamlining this process. At first, it was just for us until we realized what we had actually built. That's when we decided to expand it to be available to players internationally, add more games, and make the ultimate move to also host esports leagues and tournaments as well.
So now, what is the role of Dash in this partnership with ReadyRaider?
So a few features of ReadyRaider require premium membership, basically to help incur server costs and provide increased functionalities through our web app, Discord bots, the mobile app that's coming. So some of the Dash integration goes towards the exclusive payments for premium membership. And then some of the other things that we're doing are also tipping content creators. We have several content creation partners on our website already. We're looking at adding more. Users will be able to tip these content creators based off of forum posts they make, videos that they do. We'll also be doing prize payouts for tournaments and esports leagues. And then we're looking at adding a marketplace where players can purchase in-game items as well. My favorite, though, is the pay-to-play matches. So let's say you and I want to play against each other. I can wager $5 on myself, and then we both put $5 into a pot. And at the end of that, the winner will take home $10.
So, Jacob, I understand that the Dash Network has been the sponsor of some recent tournaments hosted by ReadyRaider, and that has been done via partnership with the Dash Core group. And so what I want to hear about is not only how those tournaments went, but also, do you have any more coming up?
Sure. Both of our tournaments so far have been WoW related. Our first tournament was about 2 weeks after public launch of ReadyRaider. It was what we call in the WoW community a parsing tournament for a specific raid event. So what this was guilds had 1 week, guild as a team, guilds had 1 week to enter the dungeon and record the best score. We had over 20 guilds enter, which equates to about 800 people, since each team is about 40 people. The winning guild took home $1,000, and they actually decided to donate some of the winnings to COVID relief as well. It was kind of cool walking these people through the more philanthropic use cases of Dash. Our second tournament was this past weekend. It was a dueling tournament, so it was players going one-on-one against each other in the best of 3 matchups, moving through the ladder. We had about 20 entries, and there was actually some really, really serious competition with some really good players. We brought on one of our content partners to stream the event on Twitch. If anybody's interested in going back and looking at the event, we do have some hyperlinks available on our Twitter and Facebook at GetReadyRaider. And the winner of that one took home $300 of Dash, second $150, and third $50. And the winner of that one was actually a Dash holder, and was really, really excited that he was taking that home too.
So then, you've talked about all these ways in which Dash is integrated into the ReadyRaider platform, but I also understand that this is an exclusive integration, as in there aren't other cryptocurrencies used on ReadyRaider. So why did you choose to make Dash exclusive?
So this is where we kind of get technical with things. When you're talking about the esports and functionalities for certain match types that we're integrating, the only viable option would be the one that has instant settlements. I wanted this to be a crypto-related product, and I really do love Bitcoin very much. But for this purpose, it didn't make sense because of the higher fees and wait times for some of the transactions. So let's say we're doing a pay-to-play match. If a player challenges another player in one of those match types to say, let's say like $10, each player then is expected to accept the match, and $10 from each player's wallet gets deposited into the pot. I need that transfer to be instant and for the fees to be minimal. You can't have these players waiting for their transactions to clear in order for the system to approve that their match got accepted. And then once the winning entries are input into the system, you can't have them being charged another high fee and waiting longer than needed to collect their winnings. It just didn't make sense for us to incorporate any other form of payment when talking about crypto, and Dash had everything that we needed.
I thought that when Jacob was mentioning these matches to me before, when I was first introduced to him, I got such a clear picture as to why you needed instant settlements, Jacob, right? Because if somebody is challenging another person to throw down some money and then like go fight, like that's maybe like a hyped up sort of emotional state to be in, right? Like kind of like feeling aggressive, like mojo is flowing. And I can only imagine like the decrease rate over time of like mojo and machismo that must happen of like waiting minutes for
Exactly.
confirmation.
If I challenge somebody, I'm ready to go. I'm already warmed up. We don't want anything coming into the way of that.
So true. Okay, so then tell us about ReadyRaider's on-ramp offerings for people who say want to buy a premium membership on the website or do any of the other things that Dash pays for on the website, but they don't have any Dash.
Sure. So right now we're working with a few different programs and widgets for on-ramps that users will see once they activate their wallet, and then after activation of the wallet, they can either click add funds or the deposit button. I'm excited we currently have the functionality to exchange, I think, over 20 different digital assets straight to Dash. And we also allow the conversion of US dollars, euro, and more. Right now, we're working to provide a fully integrated system without depending on any third parties, and we're making great strides. But this kind of prevents the traditional wall that we would see with a lot of the Dash platform or any crypto-related programs in general. So if somebody, let's say, wanted to tip or wanted to sign up for a premium membership, it walks them through. So just because they don't have any Dash doesn't mean that they can't do it. And we don't expect them to go to another place to get their Dash. They can get it right with us.
Okay, so then let's go to the other scenario where I've been on your platform for a while. I've earned some Dash by, raiding successfully or winning some matches. Do you have any off-ramps that will help people as to how to utilize that Dash?
Sure, that's always important as well, especially when people are collecting their match winnings or tournament winnings or even tipping revenue in Dash. So users can expect to fully be able to export their wallet and private keys at any time with no issues. We didn't want to take the privacy and full control away from people already accustomed to the benefits of cryptocurrency. On the other side, we also provide information on where to spend your Dash and options to convert your funds into usable gift cards for over 100 different merchants right on your ReadyRaider dashboard.
Well, that does sound smashing. So now at this point, I thought it was worth mentioning that Jacob mentioned to me earlier that he has plans for ReadyRaider that include it becoming an onboarding to getting a Dash platform username once those go to mainnet. So that's very interesting to me. Please talk a little bit about that, Jacob.
Sure. So I always love bouncing ideas off of Dana. He kind of always leads me through what Dash platform is doing and everything. So our last conversation was kind of a brain twister and how we would go about certain things. Dana also helped us to integrate the wallets into ReadyRaider as well. So I really, really appreciate that. Right now, we plan to integrate certain Dash platform functionalities into ReadyRaider for our premium members in the future. One of the problems in the debates for a lot of people is that small cost that it would take to create the usernames when you add that transaction to the blockchain. So when you're looking at a premium membership that would be around $5 a month, we're going to take a small portion of their first membership of that first month, and we're going to reroute it in order to create that username. So right now, that is the first step in onboarding onto Dash platform, and we're currently exploring all Dash platform features that we could use for ReadyRaider and increase functionality for these premium members. So I'm sure that's something that you'll hear a lot about in the near distant.
Dang. Okay, well then, last question for you. I understand that in addition to your current support for World of Warcraft, as well as a game called Escape from Tarkov, that you plan to add even more games. Is that true?
Yes. We're actually currently working on quite a few games. These games include popular free-to-play games like Dota 2 League of Legends, Call of Duty, and then we're also looking into adding Valorant and some up-and-coming titles as well.
That sounds massive, Jacob. MMO massive. All right, so everybody should know that if this has seemed somewhat exciting to you, but you're not a gamer, and now you're interested in maybe trying it out, Jacob says that he plans to publish some tutorials and guides in the future to get started with all this kind of stuff. So be on the lookout for that. And Jacob, thanks for your time today.
Thanks for having me.
You're so welcome. That's all we have for you this week, and we'll see you next time.